Everyone. I hope you're having a good Sunday so far. Today we're going to be looking into tropical storm. I forgot what it's called, but we're going to be looking into our tropical storm. This is tropical storm Erick. We're going to be looking into Erick, and we're going to be looking into a tropical depression 7 something we have or 7 right now. We have in the Pacific Ocean. Both of these are forecasted to become hurricanes. So we're going to be looking into the detail into both of these right now. This is the water vapor kind of. This is sort of like with the water vapor. We can see this is tropical storm Erick. Let's pause this in the latest frame here so we can actually look at this. But you can see lately, or in the past few frames, this area right here is really exploding. Right here, that area is really getting has very cold cloud tops. This measure is cloud tops actually, but this has you can see very cold cloud tops right there, and in this whole area, even some outer bands has rather cold cloud tops. But look at that, that's a minus 80 degrees right there. So we have very cold cloud tops with this tropical storm Erick, and both of these storms are likely going to potentially affect Hawaii. So we're going to be looking into that also. You can see, as I already said, this is tropical storm Erick right here in the Pacific Ocean. See, it's not really affecting any land right now with the winds. Maybe some of its very outer bands could be affecting something right now. But let's go look at this. This is the forecasted cone, but the cone does not mean that all the impacts are good. And the cone's not it's not the impacts cone. It's the cone of where the center or the low pressure system is going to go. And you see Hawaii is in there, but Hawaii is going to likely experience impacts. So if I give an example, like the low pressure system could be right here. Like if I let's turn on forecast track line. You can see our low pressure system is forecasted to be right there. But the effects, the tropical storm winds, this is going to be unrealistic, could be felt all the way over at Hawaii if this was like a monster hurricane, and that whole area out of the cone. So that's what I was trying to say. But you can see this is forecasted to become a hurricane by Monday afternoon, and it's forecasted to stay a hurricane until about late Thursday. It's going to die off to a tropical storm right before it goes to the south of Hawaii is where it's predicted to go. Right there, you can see it's forecasted to be a tropical storm, but this could likely be making the islands of Hawaii, the big island of Hawaii, experience tropical storm winds, especially wind gusts, which is likely going to happen. But you can see this is our wind field. If you guys see this little orange dot right here, that is our tropical storm force wind field. This is not a very big tropical storm right now. That's not a very big tropical storm force winds, but it has only 40 mile per hour winds in advisory 5, which is at 5 a.m. Hawaii time. But you can see, not very strong yet. It's going to strengthen throughout today and throughout Monday, and it'll start probably dying a little bit on the Wednesday. Now let's get rid of this. So we're going to take a look at the intensity guidance. You guys have probably seen this same graph in a lot of my videos I've done. You can see all the models, or not all of them, but all the models are taking this into a tropical storm force, which it already is, so they are correct. But you can see this is the latest run of the most of the models. You see the Icon model, OFCI model. There's all these runs. You can see a lot of the models are taking up the category 1 strength. Even a few, about 3 or 4 are taking up to 3, maybe taking up to category 2, and 1 takes it up to category 3 and category 4. So we're going to have to keep an eye on this. It's likely going to peak if we average all these out like this. It's likely going to peak within the next couple of days, so probably Tuesday afternoon is most likely when it's going to peak in strength. Now let's move on to the next one. Let me get rid of this. This is the tracks. You can see most of the tracks are taking it to the south of Hawaii. A few take it right, may make landfall in south on the big island of Hawaii. This the UKX2 model, but most of them take it in a line going from right there to the south of Hawaii, but Hawaii will definitely feel some of the impacts, especially the Big Island. But let's Now we're going to talk about tropical storm, or not tropical storm, tropical depression 7E, and then we're going to look at the what the GFS model is saying about these, and even a few more models. But you can see this is tropical depression 7E. It's forecasted to be a. Now this is the latest cone. That's 35-mile-per-hour winds. This is the latest cone. It's likely going to go further after this, and we're going to look at the GFS model about that. But it's forecasted to become a hurricane by early Wednesday morning. So this is gonna be a tropical storm forecasting for a tropical storm for a while. It could be a tropical storm by tonight, likely, or potentially, and then it's gonna stay a hurricane through the next 5 days. So this is gonna be a pretty. This is not gonna be a short storm. This is gonna be a long-lasting potential hurricane. This thing is going to likely last 3 days right here as a hurricane strength. We're going to take a look at the guidance real quick. Let's get rid of this. Sorry about that, but this is forecasted to be even stronger than Erick. This is going to be the F, which I forgot what the F is, but that's my bad. I'll probably say it then. You'll find out what the F is when this is a tropical storm, because I forgot. But we can see category 2 of these as they go in towards category 3. 3 of these is category 2, and then a few as category 1 in tropical storm strength. Actually, all of them has this thing going to tropical storm strength, other than one, which is the UK X2 model. So this thing's going to likely be a tropical storm by maybe in the next 12 hours, maybe 12 to 24 hours. So likely maybe late Sunday night or tonight and to tomorrow. Until early tomorrow morning probably is when it's likely going to be a tropical storm by. Yes, but I'm sorry, I really can't remember the F name. I knew them both last night. I just can't remember it. But let's take a look at the tracks. We can see. Excuse me. We can see it's going on this way, kind of taking the same direction that Erick is going to forecast it to take. But this is further to the east of Erick. You can see it's right there to the south. This says it's Invest 90E. It's tropical depression right now. This is tropical depression 7E actually. I think this used to be called Invest 90E, and I'm not sure, but this is the latest. These are the latest model runs. You can see they're taking it mostly into this direction, into the direction of Hawaii. And now we're gonna go take a look at the GFS model and see what they're gonna say. So already right now we can see our 2 areas of low pressure. We have this one, which is 7E. Then we have this one, which is Tropical Storm Erick these are all both out in the Pacific Ocean, the middle of the Pacific. But let's fast forward a few hours until early tomorrow, until about maybe 5 a.m. But you can see tomorrow, this is our area of low pressure right there. And then this is Erick. By tomorrow morning, I think Erick is going to be a hurricane by now. You can see it's at 993, which is likely a Category 1 hurricane. You can see how close the pressure bars are together. Like you can see, these bars right here, those are closer. That means that there's likely going to be some stronger winds. You can see how close those are right there. That's the pressure gradients. And we can, let's go a few hours later. Let's go to Monday afternoon and see our area of low pressure. Okay, it's wanting me to take a sounding. That's my bad. It does this every time for me. Alright, so you can see this is our area of low pressure on Monday afternoon forecast hour 00Z on Tuesday. You can see 987 is what Erick's at, and then 1004 is what 7E's at. And if we go 7E strength, and then we'll look at Erick in a second in the next tab I have. But we can see this one will 7E will strengthen, and you can see 7E will be, by the time it gets out of this, will be at 975 millibars right there in the Pacific Ocean. We'll go look at that better in a second. But now let's take a look at the HWRF for Erick. Okay, we just gotta wait a second. Okay, I guess it's not gonna do anything. Alright, so Erick is the HRWRF model says it's gonna get down to 969 on Tuesday afternoon. So that's kind of what the National Hurricane Center is saying. We can see right there Definitely pretty strong winds with this. Let's take a look at the 850 millibar winds. You can see how strong this thing will likely be. You can see this will likely be a Category 1 or Category 2 hurricane, according to the HWRF model. And most of the impacts will be felt in the north side of it, is where the winds will be felt, especially right there. Now let's go look at the. We're gonna go look at the GFS model by Hawaii. We can see Erick is right here. Erick is forecasted to strengthen by the GFS model at 976, and that agrees, or 978, 984, 978. That's my bad. It's forecasted to strengthen to 978, and that is Thursday afternoon. So most of the models, or two of these models in the National Hurricane Center, are agreeing that that's 976. But two of these models are agreeing that it's going to happen Tuesday afternoon is when it's going to peak. Erick, and so I think that is like the most likely time that's going to happen. But you can see Erick will go to the south of Hawaii, maybe bringing some tropical storm force winds to the South Big Island. Tropical storm force wind gusts. Friday, maybe Thursday and Friday, August 2nd, and then. But look at this. This is going to be the F storm. This is 7E right here. 976, 975, 971 is where it peaks at. It peaks on Saturday morning. So this is going to be a long track hurricane. This thing will likely be a hurricane until Tuesday next week. This thing could be a hurricane for a week, this storm, the F. And then this thing is going to probably... You can see it's going to hit Hawaii as probably a tropical storm, mid-and tropical storm at 1007, according to the GFS model. You can see right there on Tuesday, August 6th. Let's go ahead and see what the HWRF is saying about this one. Hurricane HWRF, Invest 90E, this is it. So the HWRF model says that it's going to get down. Is this the wrong one? This is Erick. Wait a second. Well, the GFF. Well, we're not taking a look at the HWRF one because they just took it off, and so now it's taking me back to Erick. But so that was gonna wrap up this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a good rest of your Sunday. I might be posting a severe weather video if we're gonna forecast, or if there's gonna be organized severe weather, which is supposed to be there's a slight risk for today. That is going to wrap up this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and peace.